Okay, this video is for day 11 of Mrs. Cucci's College Now Pre-Calculus class. This is the remainder of lesson 1.1. So please open 1.1 on your calculator and you should be on page 1.22. This lesson should be pretty short, only a couple of minutes, so you won't have too much to do. Okay. So, question says the point -2,5 is on a circle that has 3, -1 as its center. Find the length of the radius of the circle. So again, this is another one of those distance formula. You're finding the distance between these 2 points. So we're going to put in our distance formula. And then we're going to start putting in our values. x2 minus x1, so it's going to be 3 minus a -2. Quantity squared plus y2 minus y1 quantity squared. Three minus -2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. -1 minus 5 is -6 squared is 36. My goodness. 25 plus 36, 14, so 64. And the square root of 64 is 8. So the distance between these 2 points is 8 units. Or I guess we could also say that the radius equals 8, since that's what we wanted to find. Okay, so that's the distance formula. You guys should be pretty clear on how to do the distance formula. This is nothing new. This is review. Next page. All right, midpoints. If the endpoints of a segment are x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, then the coordinates of the midpoint, or halfway in between, right, the halfway point, is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, and y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. Again, nothing new. You learned this in geometry, so this should be pretty simple. I'm going to real quick borrow this. Control C. Okay, so find the midpoints of the segment whose endpoints are. So here's my equation. We need to plug into this. Okay. So I'm going to hit Control M to open a math template so my parentheses adjust correctly. Open my parentheses. Put in my fraction. X sub 1 is -4 plus x sub 2, which is 2, divided by 2, comma, another fraction template, y sub 1 plus y sub 2, divided by 2. And again, Control M opens my math template. Open parentheses and my fraction bar. -4 plus 2 is a -2 divided by 2, comma. -2 plus 5 is 3 divided by 2. And so your midpoint would be -1, comma, 3/2. There's your midpoint. Okay, so midpoint's pretty simple. That should be no problem for any of you. Okay. Next page. The diameter of a circle connects the points 2, -3, and 6, 4 on the circle. Find the coordinates of the center of the circle. Sometimes my brain moves faster than my fingers. Sorry about that. So we're going to use, again, we want the midpoint. So there's our formula. And we're going to start substituting into this. So again, Control M opens that math template. Use your parentheses in your fraction. X sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2. Y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Negative 3 plus 4 is a positive 1 over 2, which stays 1 half. So there's your midpoint, 4 1/2. Okay, so now let's start talking about some circles. Equation of a circle, and we did this last year, so again, review. Standard form of the equation of a circle with center hk and radius r is the quantity x minus h squared plus the quantity y minus k squared equals r squared. Again, hk is your center. Find an equation of the circle having radius 5 and center 3, negative 7. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to borrow this, Control C, and I'm going to put it here, Control V. And I know that my center is 3, negative 7. So I know h is going to be 3 and k is going to be negative 7, okay? So I have an idea. And my radius, or r, is going to be 5. All right, just so I have an idea of where I'm putting things. I'm going to open a math box, open my parentheses, x minus 3, there's my h, squared, plus y minus a negative 7. What's minus a negative 7? Think about it. Do I need to leave it like that, or can I adjust it? Okay. Minus a 7 we know is the same thing as plus. Squared equals r squared, which is 5 squared, or, as you guys know, is 25. So there's your equation of the circle given a radius of 5 and a center of 3, negative 7. All right. Next page. Graph the circle on paper. Okay, so here's where you need that graph paper out again. So take a second, get your graph paper out. Got mine out. Our equation was x plus 5, quantity squared, plus y minus 2, quantity squared equals 16. So the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what the center hk is and what the radius is. Okay? So, center, if this is x minus h, quantity squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared equals r squared. Remember, that's our general. H is going to have to be a negative 5. Take the opposite sign. And k is going to have to be a positive 2. The radius we know is the square root of this term, so the radius is 4. Okay, so center is at negative 5, 2. Radius is at 4. So the first thing we do is we place our center, negative 5, 2. Okay. And then the next thing we do is we place our radius. So from the center we go up 4, we go to the right 4, we go to the left 4, and we go down 4. And from that, we can create a terrible looking circle. I apologize. A circle with a radius of 4 and a center of negative 5, 2. And of course, you should label it with its appropriate location. Okay? And again, that's review, so this shouldn't be new for you guys. Okay, last page. On paper, we're going to graph the equation. X minus 2, quantity squared, plus y plus 1, quantity squared equals 16. Okay. X minus 2 plus y plus 1 equals 16. Center. Take the opposite, 2, negative 1. Radius, take the square root, 4. First thing we do, we place the center, 2, -1. Next, we add 4 to the height and the width. And then we create our circle. Okay, so you should now know how to graph circles, find the center, the radius, midpoint, distance formula. All right, guys, I suppose I will see you tomorrow. Bye.